Why cats are seen as spiritual signs. Let's go back in time, thousands of years ago, to ancient Egypt. Cats were not just animals in that civilization. They were worshipped as divine beings. Bastet, the Egyptian goddess, often depicted as a lioness or as a woman with the head of a cat, represented home, fertility, and protection. Cats were believed to guard wealth and treasure, not only in the material sense, but also in the spiritual sense. Families who had cats were thought to be blessed with prosperity, and harming a cat was punishable by law. Why such reverence? Because Egyptians noticed something. Cats always sensed danger before it arrived. They detected unseen forces, whether they were predators, illnesses, or even bad energies. When cats were calm, households thrived. When cats acted strangely, people prepared for change, and more often than not, fortune followed. Now, move across the world to Asia. In Feng Shui, cats are seen as creatures deeply attuned to energy. They move freely, slipping into spaces where energy flows and avoiding places where energy feels heavy or blocked. Unlike dogs, who are loyal protectors, cats are independent seekers. They choose where to be, when to be there, and who to bless with their presence. In Japan, the famous Maneki Neko, the beckoning cat statue with one paw raised, is not just a decoration. It's a charm believed to invite wealth into businesses and homes. When you walk into a shop in Tokyo or Osaka, chances are you'll see that little cat figure by the entrance, paw raised, as if calling money inside. This is not superstition. It's a cultural acknowledgement of the cat's role as a money magnet. In China, cats are associated with the yin energy of the moon. They are nocturnal, mysterious, and connected to intuition. Many Chinese households kept cats not just to hunt pests, but to guard spiritual harmony. If a cat chose to sleep near the wealth corner of the house, the southeast area, people celebrated, believing prosperity was secured. But cats are not just symbols in Asia or Egypt. In European folklore, cats were considered lucky companions of witches. While some feared them, others believed black cats especially had the ability to protect their owners from misfortune and lead them toward hidden treasures. Sailors often took cats on voyages, not only to control mice, but also to ensure safe travels and prosperous returns. A cat on board was thought to keep storms away and attract abundant catches at sea. If you have a cat in your home, or if you often see cats appearing around you, pay attention. Do not ignore it. Because cats are not only adorable pets, they are spiritual messengers. For thousands of years across cultures and civilizations, cats have been seen as guides, protectors, and bringers of fortune. And here's the chilling truth. When cats behave in strange or unusual ways, it may not be random at all. It could be a sign that wealth, luck, and abundance are on their way to you. The universe often whispers before it shouts, and cats are among its messengers. So today, I will reveal to you the fascinating truth about cats and why their mysterious actions are often signals of prosperity. Before we even explore the 7 specific signs, you must understand why cats have been considered powerful symbols of luck and money for centuries. Only then will you see that your cat is not just a pet. It might be the key to your next financial breakthrough. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn will forever change the way you look at your feline friend.
Even in modern Western culture, cats continue to appear as symbols of fortune. People notice that when a stray cat suddenly comes to your door, especially if it looks you in the eyes or lingers for days, it is often followed by an unexpected change in finances or opportunities. Some dismiss it as coincidence. Others, who understand the language of energy, know it is not. Let's pause for a moment. Why cats? Why not dogs or birds or other animals? The answer lies in their unique energy sensitivity. Cats are electromagnetic beings. Their whiskers and senses detect vibrations far beyond human capacity. They sense shifts in air pressure, electromagnetic waves, and subtle energies in the environment. That's why they know when an earthquake is coming before humans feel the tremor. That's why they stare at empty corners, tracking movements we cannot see. And that's why their behavior often precedes major events in your life, especially in finances. Think of it like this. Money itself is energy. Wealth flows, moves, and shifts just like currents of wind or water. Cats, being natural energy detectors, tune into these flows. They often react before we consciously know that change is arriving. When they suddenly choose to sit on your wallet, your laptop, or your work desk, it is not because they are simply being playful. They are aligning with the very objects that connect to your financial life. And here's something fascinating. Many people report dreaming of cats before receiving unexpected income. In folklore, dreaming of a golden or white cat is a direct symbol of financial luck. Dreaming of multiple cats signals growth in opportunities. Even seeing a cat cross your path has been interpreted in some traditions not as bad luck, but as a sign that fortune is shifting directions, preparing to meet you. One powerful story comes from a small village in Italy. A family struggling with debt adopted a stray cat that appeared at their doorstep. Within weeks, the father of the family received a new job offer he hadn't even applied for. The mother, who had a small business, suddenly saw her sales triple. They credited it to the miracle cat. Locals said it wasn't the cat itself that brought money, but that the cat's presence shifted the household's energy, clearing away stagnation and inviting prosperity. In Mexico, a similar tale is told. A poor farmer once found a cat sleeping in his granary. Instead of chasing it away, he let it stay. From that season onward, his harvest doubled. The belief spread: when cats choose to live in your space, abundance follows. Science may try to explain these as coincidences, but cultures around the world cannot all be wrong. From Egypt to Japan, from Europe to Latin America, the message is the same. Cats are messengers. Their presence and behavior signal shifts in fortune, especially in money and prosperity. So why should you care? Because if you have a cat in your home, or if cats often appear near you, your life might already be surrounded by wealth energy waiting to be unlocked. You only need to recognize the signs. But before we move forward to those 7 powerful signs of wealth that cats reveal, remember this: cats are not random creatures. They are spiritual mirrors. They show you what you cannot see, and often what they show you is the fortune that's coming your way.
When your cat stares into an empty corner. Have you ever noticed your cat sitting silently, eyes wide, staring into what looks like absolutely nothing, just an empty corner of your living room? At first, it might seem funny or even creepy, but in the world of feng shui and spiritual symbolism, this is not random at all. Cats are believed to see what humans cannot. Their vision captures movements in low light, their whiskers sense vibrations in the air, and their spirits tune into subtle flows of energy. So when a cat stares at a blank wall or an empty space, it is not staring at nothing. It may actually be detecting energy gathering, energy that can directly affect your fortune. In feng shui, energy, or qi, flows through the home like invisible currents of wind and water. Certain corners are especially powerful. The southeast corner of the house, for instance, is known as the wealth corner. When energy accumulates there, prosperity follows. Now imagine your cat, without knowing any feng shui theory, staring at that exact spot. Spiritual masters believe this means the energy of money is starting to gather in your space. Think of it like a compass. Your cat becomes a living, breathing compass pointing toward opportunity. When your cat stares at a corner repeatedly, it could be telling you something is coming. Pay attention. There was a story told in Malaysia of a family who had been struggling financially for years. Their cat began to sit daily in the southeast corner of the living room, staring with deep focus. At first, they thought nothing of it, but after a feng shui consultant visited, he confirmed the cat was locking onto the wealth qi that was beginning to flow into their home. Within months, the father received a long-awaited promotion, and the mother's small craft business took off. The family credited their cat for alerting them to the shift in energy. Western households report similar experiences. One woman in New York wrote about her tabby who constantly stared at an empty spot near the family's office desk. Within weeks, she received an unexpected job offer that doubled her salary. Was it coincidence? Perhaps, but the timing was uncanny. Many believe the cat was detecting the vibration of opportunity before it physically manifested. Scientists might argue that cats are reacting to tiny movements, dust, or even light reflections. But here's the fascinating part. In countless traditions, staring cats are linked to portals of energy, unseen visitors, or money flows. Even skeptics admit it happens too often to dismiss. So what should you do when your cat stares into an empty corner? Note the location. Is it in your wealth corner, southeast, near your front door, by your desk where you work? These spots matter. Acknowledge it. Instead of dismissing it as weird behavior, take it as a spiritual alert. Pause and reflect. What opportunities are around you that you may not have noticed?
Strengthen the space. Place a small object of abundance, a coin, a crystal, or even a plant in that spot. This harmonizes with the energy your cat is already noticing, amplifying it into your life. Remember, cats are not random. When they fix their gaze on a void, they might be showing you where your next source of fortune is forming.
When your cat meows loudly at night. Now let's move to another mysterious sign. Your cat suddenly meowing loudly in the middle of the night. For many pet owners, this can be frustrating. It wakes you up, it sounds unusual, and sometimes it even feels eerie. But spiritually, this behavior is not a warning of doom. Quite the opposite. It can be a powerful indicator that your life's energy is shifting and money may soon follow. Nighttime has always been sacred in spiritual traditions. It's the time when the physical world sleeps and the invisible world awakens. Energies move, dreams take shape, and unseen forces communicate more easily. Cats, as nocturnal animals, are natural guardians of this twilight space. When your cat meows at night, especially louder and more insistent than usual, it is believed to be announcing a surge of energy in your environment. In Feng Shui, sudden vocalization from a cat is said to mean that qi is being stirred, transformed, or redirected. It can feel chaotic, but in truth, it signals that change is underway. That change often shows up in your finances. Let me share a story from a family in Mexico. Their black cat, Luna, had been quiet most of her life. But for 3 consecutive nights, she cried loudly at midnight, pacing near the bedroom door. The family felt uneasy, almost fearful. But on the 4th day, the father unexpectedly received news of an inheritance from a distant relative. The timing was so uncanny that they came to believe Luna had sensed the approaching shift of abundance. Similarly, in Japan, there are tales of cats meowing at night before merchants strike big deals. A traveling salesman once shared that his cat cried and circled his briefcase the night before he landed his largest contract. He later said, "My cat announced it before I even knew." So why does this happen? From a spiritual perspective, cats are sounding the alarm not of danger, but of transformation. Their cries break the silence to call attention to something you cannot yet see. From a scientific perspective, cats may be reacting to electromagnetic shifts, sudden temperature changes, or even movements outside the home. But remember, money itself is energy. If financial fortune is coming, the energetic field around you changes. Your cat detects it first, and sometimes it cannot stay silent. Here's how to interpret your cat's nighttime meows. Listen to the timing. If it happens around midnight or 3 a.m., the so-called spiritual hours, pay extra attention. This is when energy portals are most active. Look at what happens after. Do you receive unexpected calls, job offers, sales, gifts? Often, something shifts within days. Respond with gratitude. Instead of scolding your cat, acknowledge it. Whisper a thank you, because your cat may be delivering a message from the unseen world. One woman from California put it beautifully. "When my cat meows at night, I don't get annoyed anymore. I light a candle, write down my intentions, and within days, money finds its way to me. My cat is my messenger." The important thing is not to mistake this sign for bad luck. Popular culture sometimes paints cats as eerie, especially when they make noise at night. But remember, for centuries, cats have been associated with guardianship, wealth, and spiritual messages. Their meows are not cries of fear, they are declarations of change. So the next time your cat wakes you up with a loud midnight song, don't roll over in irritation. Sit up, breathe, and smile, because it may just mean the universe is shifting in your favor, preparing to deliver wealth or opportunity right to your door.
When your cat rubs its head against your wallet or work desk. Cats have many ways of showing affection, purring, kneading, or curling beside you. But when your cat deliberately rubs its head against your wallet, purse, or even the desk where you work, pay attention. In the language of energy, this is a striking sign. In the animal world, rubbing the head or body against something is a way of transferring scent. Cats have glands in their cheeks and forehead that release pheromones. When they rub against objects, they are essentially saying, "This is mine, I claim it." Spiritually, however, this act carries a deeper layer. Many Feng Shui practitioners believe cats not only mark territory, but also transfer energy. They can shift qi from themselves into objects and, in this case, directly into your symbols of wealth. Think about it. Your wallet is not just leather and paper, it is the container of your money, the physical representation of your abundance. Your desk is the place where you create, work, and generate income. When your cat rubs its head against these things, it's as if it is blessing them, infusing them with positive vibrations, aligning them with prosperity. There's an old tale from southern China of a merchant whose cat constantly rubbed its head on the chest where he kept silver coins. The man thought it amusing, but soon his trade expanded beyond expectation. Villagers began saying the cat had moved fortune into the chest. To this day, some shop owners place cat figurines, like the famous Maneki Neko, the beckoning cat, near their cash register, imitating the same gesture of transferring wealth energy. In modern times, many pet owners report similar experiences. One woman from London shared that her Siamese cat often rubbed its head against her laptop and wallet. Within weeks, she landed a freelance project that brought her the largest paycheck of her career. Another businessman in Los Angeles noticed his Maine Coon circling and rubbing against his office chair before he signed a major contract. He laughed it off, but later admitted, "It felt like my cat was sending me luck." From a psychological perspective, this act also carries power. When you witness your cat engaging with your wallet or workspace, it subconsciously reinforces your belief that abundance is flowing toward you. And belief, as countless studies show, influences behavior. A person who feels lucky tends to notice opportunities, take bold action, and attract success. In other words, your cat becomes not only a spiritual helper, but also a psychological motivator. So what should you do if your cat starts rubbing its head on your wallet or desk? Do not push it away. Let the cat finish the ritual. It is an exchange of energy. Acknowledge the blessing. Whisper gratitude. Stroke your cat and mentally affirm, "My wealth is growing. Prosperity flows to me." Strengthen the symbolism. After such an incident, place a lucky charm, like a golden coin, a crystal, or even a small plant, near your wallet or on your desk. This locks in the energy your cat has activated. Remember, cats are natural alchemists of energy. When they rub against your sources of income, they are not simply looking for comfort, they are transferring fortune into your life.
When your cat suddenly circles around you multiple times. Cats move with elegance and purpose. Most of the time, their actions are deliberate, even when they appear random. So when your cat suddenly begins circling around you, pacing in loops as if drawing invisible rings, this behavior is worth more than casual attention. In Feng Shui, circular movement represents unity, cycles, and gathering of energy. Think of a whirlpool drawing everything into its center, or a spiral pulling forces toward its core. When a cat circles you, spiritual interpreters say it is gathering qi, collecting the scattered energies around your life and channeling them toward you. In simpler terms, luck is coming together and you are at the center of it. This is why in many traditions, circles are sacred. Native American rituals use circles as protective boundaries. In Buddhism, mandalas represent wholeness through circular patterns. Even in Western mysticism, the circle is a symbol of eternity and protection. So when your cat creates circles around you, it may be forming an energetic mandala with you as the focal point. There's a powerful story from India about a poor farmer. His cat began circling him every morning before he left for the fields. At first, he found it irritating, but after a spiritual teacher visited, he was told the cat was gathering abundance energy. Shortly after, the farmer discovered a hidden spring on his land, which allowed him to irrigate crops more effectively. His fortune turned around dramatically. The teacher said, "Your cat circled your life until prosperity had nowhere else to go but to you." Another modern example. A young woman in Texas described her tabby circling her 3 times one evening while she was stressing over bills. The very next day, she received unexpected financial aid approval for her studies. She couldn't shake the feeling that her cat had sensed the shift before she even knew it. Scientists may chalk circling up to affection, instinct, or herding behavior. And indeed, cats often circle as a way of seeking attention. But spiritually, timing matters. If the circling happens suddenly, without clear reason, especially when you're dealing with money matters or life changes, it may be a sign of fortune aligning itself. Here's how to interpret this sign. Count the circles. In numerology, numbers matter. 3 circles may symbolize completion and growth. 7 circles may indicate divine protection. Notice how many times your cat loops around you. Notice your feelings. Do you feel calm, excited, surprised? Your emotional state can reveal what kind of fortune is coming. Anchor the energy. After your cat circles you, pause. Visualize yourself surrounded by golden light, opportunities gathering at your feet, and money flowing toward you. Many spiritual guides suggest rewarding your cat afterward with gentle petting or a treat as a way of sealing the bond and showing gratitude. Cats respond to acknowledgement, and the more you honor their signals, the more often they seem to deliver them. Think of circling as a cosmic dance. Your cat becomes the choreographer, pulling invisible threads of luck into a ring around you. And once the circle is complete, you stand in the middle of opportunity itself. The climax, a powerful emphasis. Imagine this moment. You are sitting quietly, sipping tea or scrolling through your phone. Your cat suddenly lifts its gaze and stares at an empty corner. Or maybe it circles you 3 times or presses its head firmly against your wallet. At first, it feels like nothing, just another quirk of your furry friend. But pause, reflect. Could it be more? This is where the climax of our journey arrives. Because cats are not only companions, they are mirrors of destiny. For thousands of years, people have feared and revered the gaze of a cat. Ancient sailors believed that if a cat on board stared intensely at the sea, a storm or treasure was near. Japanese merchants placed cat statues at the entrance of their shops, believing that a beckoning paw would pull fortune into their lives. Egyptian temples painted cats on sacred walls as guardians of gold. And here you are, in your modern home, with a cat that seems to do ordinary, silly things. Yet every gesture is steeped in ancient symbolism. When a cat rubs against your wallet, it's not just seeking attention. It is transferring energy, layer by layer, onto the very container of your money. When it circles around you, it is binding you inside a vortex of chi, anchoring opportunities so that they cannot escape. When it meows at night, you may think it's annoying, but spiritually, it's a cry announcing that a shift is coming. Now let's stop pretending these are random coincidences, because patterns hold power. And when you see one of these 7 signs, the universe is whispering, almost shouting, "Pay attention, your fortune is changing." This is why I urge you, with a voice as firm as destiny itself, do not underestimate your cat. It is not merely a ball of fur that eats and sleeps. It is a messenger, a bridge between your visible world and the invisible currents of wealth. It is a mirror of your financial destiny, showing you signals that most people ignore. Think of how many times people miss opportunities. A lucky chance at work, a small investment that could have grown, a partnership that could have blossomed. They didn't notice the signs. They walked past the whispers of fortune. But you are different. You now know the secret language of your cat. You now understand that when it rubs, circles, meows, or stares, it may be saying, "Get ready, abundance is near." Close your eyes for a moment and imagine money flowing to you not as a trickle, but as a stream. Opportunities knocking at your door. Phone calls with good news, promotions, gifts, unexpected blessings. That's the energy your cat is channeling. So hear my words clearly. 7 signs, 7 doorways, 1 destiny. If you witness even one of these signs, prepare yourself, because the universe does not send cats for no reason. They are sacred messengers, and when they show you, the timing is never accidental. This is the climax, the turning point, the wake-up call. Do not look away. Do not ignore it, because your cat may be handing you the key to the vault of your own prosperity.
Deep breath. Let the weight of these revelations sink in. Your cat is more than a pet. It is a guardian of wealth, a seer of unseen flows, a spiritual companion who reflects your fortune. The next time you notice your cat acting strangely, rubbing, circling, staring, meowing, don't dismiss it. Don't laugh it off. Instead, lean in. Watch closely, because those are not random acts. Those are coded messages from the universe, written in fur and whiskers. And here's what you should do. Pay attention. Keep a small journal. Record when and how these signs appear. Over time, you may see patterns aligning with financial events in your life. Acknowledge your cat. Whisper gratitude. Pet them gently and thank them for being your messenger. Energies respond to acknowledgement. The more you honor the signs, the stronger they become. Act with awareness. When you notice a sign, be open to opportunities. Say yes to that meeting. Send that application. Launch that project. The universe is clearing the path. You simply need to walk it. Remember, fortune favors the prepared mind, and fortune often arrives disguised in the soft pause
of your cat. Now, I want to leave you with a final thought. Cats are not the only creatures that serve as spiritual messengers of wealth. Around the world, animals from birds to fish, even insects, carry signs of abundance. The crow that caws 3 times at dawn, the koi fish that swims toward you in a pond, the butterfly that lands on your shoulder. Each has meaning, each has a message. If you found today's revelations about cats fascinating, then you will not want to miss what's coming next. Because in my next video, I will reveal the hidden signs from other animals, animals you see every day that may be trying to deliver messages about your financial destiny.